stat sheet, but one of the biggest is the turnovers.
You're going to start with that, huh?
I
We lost 2 in a row, and that's the first thing you're going to do is throw a negative at me.
well, actually, I was.
No, you're right. It's the first thing I looked at. I was just hoping for a different first question, but no, it's first thing I looked at. But I tell you, I'll circle back to that. I thought our defense in the first half, when our shots weren't falling, that we didn't shoot well, but we held them to 39. And I thought that was something. We didn't let our offense dictate our defense, and that's what I said to all you. I've been saying it to our guys before. We got to keep guarding when our offense isn't going. We got to take care of the ball. I mean, to start the game, we had 4 before the first media. Just a little jumpy, a little soft with the ball. We got to be tougher, and then we had someone at the end, the last 5 minutes of the half. So obviously, we got one off of. A travel off of an offensive rebound. Sam had 4, but he got an offensive rebound. He got a couple that was in traffic, and then those happen when you're like that. But we just got to take care of the ball better. And man, I was just really excited about our guys. Found a way to win. I thought a really good point was when they tried to change the tempo and they 2-2-1 pressed us back zone. And we right away, we had 2 dunks, and that's what you need to do when they go zone. Because that can sometimes all of a sudden you start, I always tell our guys, when a team goes zone to change the tempo and change the way it's going, you got to have good possessions. And I thought we had 3 great possessions, and then they got out of it. So I thought that was a good point, and then we opened it up to like 19.
I was also going to ask the other side of that, being able to force them,
Yeah.
especially during that start of that 17-7 run there to close the half.
It truly was what we looked at first. Were we active? We had like 16 or 17 deflections we talked about. We forced 16 turnovers. We just got to be stronger with the ball. We got a couple guys that just need to be stronger with the ball, and we're going to. We got to clear that up because there's so many of these close possession games, as you see every night in this league, that you got to get that number back to manageable. But it was good to see us more aggressive on defense, forcing 16 turnovers.
Go Bob and Jesse.
Porter down 18-12. Jalen Moore had that spurt, the free throws, the steal, the dunk. How big was that? And it felt like it energized the rest of the team.
He's been doing that all year. Like, he got in the flow. We put Luke in, and then we were setting the ball screen with him, and then we kind of changed that up, and that's when he got the dunk, and we got 2 or 3 things out of that. He got deflections, he got rebounds, he got a big offensive rebound. He's just all over. He's a weapon against the zone. We threw that lob against him. So just his energy was contagious, and I thought he did a nice job with that and really helped us.
Porter, with someone like Otego, who hasn't shot particularly well the last couple of games, but tonight I think 10 rebounds, 5 steals for him. Just how important is that when his shots maybe not falling over a couple of games that he's still making?
100%. So the biggest thing we just pointed out as well is he started out 0 for 8. 0 for 8. And then he ended 5 for 16. So he was 5 for his last 8, but he still had 10 rebounds and 5 steals. That's got to be that's not having your offense dictate your defense when he started out 0 and 8. And just told him keep going strong, and get to that foul line. But you got to keep defending. You got to be a relentless defender. And you had 5 steals, 10 rebounds. He was getting it done on that end.
Let Jameson talk.
Porter, you're down 18-12, and Jalen gets a huge dunk. You go on an 8-0 run, and you really lead the rest of the way for the most part. How important was that dunk?
It was big, and we had Luke in there, and that was when Jalen set that ball screen, and he rolled, and they didn't know I don't think they wanted to switch on their 4 onto there, and then Jalen got loose on a roll. Javian had a nice little bounce pass, and he dunked it. We got some good things out of it, but those are things that can get the crowd going. I mean, you look every night on TV when the home court, when you get that crowd like that, and I think that did ignite the crowd. And I thought the students were great. They were really good on the free throws in the second half. I know they wanted those taquitos bad. So did I. And but it was, those kind of things, energy sparks the teams and sparks crowds, and Jalen sure does.
Porter, I know the bench struggled a little bit last week, but how big was it to get a game like that from Waldo and from John?
I thought Waldo was really good in the second half. He knocked down a 3. He took it and got an and 1. Got some good. He's been rebounding the heck out of it for us. We got 3 tonight. But yeah, to get You know, he made some free throws, 13 points, 4 shots, got to the foul line. Latrey knocked down a shot. Luke knocked down a shot. John, 2 for 3. So I thought our bench was super productive today, and they all had really key plays, and that's what you need in this league. And we've been talking about it, and I love that they took ownership. They felt, they felt they didn't produce, but their attitudes are awesome, and they really produced tonight.
We'll go Brian Chapman and Eli.
Talk about Otega, but just the rebounding in general looked really buttoned up and good across the board tonight.
Yeah. I thought that West Virginia has always known how physical rebounding they were, but we were plus 14 on the glass. So that was, I thought we were, really physical in our box outs. We gave up 3 offensive rebounds, and I'll bet you those were early. And so that was big for us that we had to rebound them. And you got to do that in this league every night.
Porter, so had asked why it was important to get a win tonight, but you know what this league is like, where you're headed Saturday to stop the bleeding and to keep it at 2 and not let it become, 4 and 5. How big is that for this group when you come back tomorrow?
It's huge. You got to take one at a time. You got to log in. You got to win it, put it in the bank, and go back the next night. But it's, every night this is going to be insane watching these standings. And we needed to take care of it. We needed to win tonight and to stop the bleeding. And so we know we were going. Cincinnati was just on a huge win, beating TCU the other night. They played on Tuesday, and that's another topic about the way they schedule this stuff. That's a whole nother issue. But we got to get a rest. We got to come back tomorrow and talk about Cincinnati. And they're an outstanding team. They got a great venue, great fans, and we got to be really physical and get ready for them Saturday.
Any additional questions, Coach? All right. Thanks, Coach.
All right.
Appreciate it.